On behalf of the members of the St. Bernard Parish School Board, we welcome you to our 15th annual Celebrating Our School Community Banquet. Tonight is a night to enjoy the sights and sounds surrounding the people who make this a truly wonderful and unique school district, and to pay tribute to their dedication and hard work in securing our status as one of the top school districts in our state. Please stand for the presentation of colors by our Chalmette High School ROTC cadets, the Pledge of Allegiance led by School Board member Mr. Bill Egan, the singing of the National Anthem led by the Chalmette High School Voices, and remain standing through the invocation by our School Board member Dr. Henderson Lewis.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to gather this evening in your name. We ask a special blessing upon everyone in this audience, especially upon our retirees who are leaving us and opening new windows of opportunities in their lives. We ask a blessing upon the meal that will be received later in the evening, and we ask that you will lead everyone safely home at the program's end. It is in your name we pray. Amen.
Please be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce our school board members who are with us this evening. To my right is our school board president, Dr. Hugh Kraft. Seated at their tables, our school board vice president, Ms. Diana Dysart. And members of the board, Ms. Catherine Lemoyne, Mr. Bill Egan, Mr. Sean Warner, Mr. Cliff England, and you have already been introduced to Dr. Henderson Lewis. And also with us tonight, we're honored to have our prior superintendent of schools, Mr. Frank Otterer. Now please help me welcome our board president, Dr. Hugh Kraft.
Thank you, Superintendent Boche. It's certainly a pleasure to welcome you on this 15th Celebrating Our School Community Banquet, an annual event that celebrates all of the good things about our school system. Tonight is a night of celebrations, a night to honor our outstanding students, our outstanding staff members, our priceless volunteers, and our supportive parents. We have much of which we can be proud of in St. Bernard Parish Public Schools, and tonight is a night that we pay tribute to those who come together day in and day out to make our schools among the best in the state, a premier school system. Thanks to all of you for your great contributions and your dedication. I hope you enjoy this evening and the fellowship with your friends and family around you. Welcome again. Ms. Boche, I think we are ready to get started.
Thank you, Dr. Kraft. And also hosting us this evening is our Assistant Superintendent, Ms. Beverly Larson. She stands. And the principals of all of our schools, if y'all would please stand as well. Okay, tonight we take time out to introduce the people who make this school system work each and every day. We want to reflect on the past months together. We began our school year just 8 short months ago, declaring that our work was too important to be ordinary, that because we were entrusted by this community to lead, to guide, and to direct their most precious possessions, their children, we are compelled to put our best efforts on the line in an extraordinary fashion. Even as we have faced ongoing uncertainty at the state level regarding the direction of our educational programs and continued to work around our financial challenges this year, we had the people who were dedicated and determined enough to celebrate and continue their efforts to keep us among the best performing school districts in the state. We have demonstrated to this community time and time again that we have a vision, that our employees have the determination to put forth the effort, and that our public schools are successful. No longer is the heartbeat of this community in crisis. It is strong and growing stronger every day because of you, our administrators, our teachers, our employees, our supportive parents who have had the courage to lead. Of course, everything that we do for the children that we serve. We are happy tonight to honor just a few of our brightest and best, our students of the year. So we begin this evening with Mrs. Dysart and Mr. Warner's presentations to 10 of our students. So students, as we call your name, please come up and enter the stage to my right, which would be your left, and walk across to receive your award from Mr. Warner and Mrs. Dysart. Our elementary students of the year are 6 very special young people. They excel in many ways and represent our school district in fine fashion. Our first honoree this evening is a wonderful young lady who epitomizes versatility. Her humble confidence in her intelligence actually enables her learning to reach the next level. She is bright, hardworking, and kind, and she exemplifies excellence, personality, and spunk. We already know that she is destined for great things. Ladies and gentlemen, the Araby Elementary Student of the Year, Janisha Peters. There is also among us a very special young lady who, in the words of her principal, is the epitome of a well-rounded student. She excels academically, is extremely talented vocally, and is involved in every facet of student life, as well as being active in her community. She embodies the Chalmette Elementary Viking values of courtesy, honesty, ambition, loyalty, motivation, energy, trustworthiness, tolerance, and enthusiasm. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present the Student of the Year for Chalmette Elementary, Chloe Jorns. We also celebrate tonight our outstanding young student from Davies Elementary. This truly remarkable young lady is caring and respectful to her peers and teachers. She does not strive for recognition, but earns it due to her personal qualities and attributes. Her enthusiasm for learning and life is evident, and she is a role model for her peers and an inspiration to all. Ladies and gentlemen, Davies Elementary and our parish-wide Elementary Student of the Year, Emma Oliver. Our next Elementary Student of the Year is a very well-rounded young lady. She is very hardworking as a student who excels in both academic and extracurricular activities. She has maintained honor roll status throughout her school years while pursuing her talent in gymnastics. She is an active member in Goche's Beta Club, Drama Club, and Art Club, and also is on the cheerleading squad. Our honoree from Goche Elementary, Ricky Adams. Next, we are fortunate to have such an outstanding young man as Lacoste's Elementary Student of the Year. He is a delightful young man who is full of energy and personality. He is very dedicated to his studies, and he still finds time to be part of the academic games team. His competitive side has earned him first place in one of our tournaments, and he will compete nationally in Orlando at the end of the month. It is my pleasure to recognize Lacoste Elementary Student of the Year, Anthony Wee. Our final celebrated elementary school student is a favorite among the students and staff at Smith Elementary School because of her active participation in many activities. She is a model student who works very hard to maintain her honor roll status. She has a quiet and soft-spoken demeanor, but she also has a presence that stands out among her peers. The sky's the limit for this young lady, who has the winning combination of achievement, leadership, and personality. Ladies and gentlemen, the Student of the Year from Smith Elementary School, Nyla Rodney. We continue by recognizing our middle school Students of the Year. Our first honoree is Andrew Jackson Middle School Student of the Year. This honoree is a true role model for all middle school students. He is a polite, respectful, and caring young man who excels both socially and academically. He maintains the honor roll status while participating in PBIS, the Beta Club, and the swim team. He is also active in functions that support special needs children, especially those who face the challenge of autism. It is my pleasure to introduce Andrew Jackson's Student of the Year, Aiden Edler. St. Bernard Middle's Student of the Year is a well-rounded student who excels academically and socially. She is an exceptional student who always sets high goals for herself. She is a joyful and intelligent young lady who exemplifies a model student. Her vibrant personality and dedication to her school will be greatly missed, and the faculty and staff wish her well in her high school years. Ladies and gentlemen, St. Bernard Middle's Student of the Year, Madison Mellering. Trist's Student of the Year is Erin Luria. Erin is a very talented, academically focused young lady involved on the district and national academic games teams, the band, and the Beta Club. At Trist, she has maintained a 4.0 average and has achieved advanced testing status on the statewide assessment in both her 6th and 7th grade years. After attending Chalmette High School, she plans to pursue a career in politics, focusing on women's rights. Trist Middle School is proud to have Erin Luria as their Student of the Year and to represent all of our wonderful middle school students as our parish-wide winner. Erin Luria. And finally, we pay tribute to a young man who, since the beginning of his freshman year, has been part of the fabric of Chalmette High School. The quintessential student, he has impressed each of his teachers throughout his high school career. Through his focus on academics, he is also a student athlete who is admired for his humility and dedication to our sports program. He finds a way to help and service others in addition to always living up to the high standards he has set for himself. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed my pleasure to present our parish-wide Senior Student of the Year, Mr. William Wee. Thank you. We are truly thankful each and every day for our outstanding young men and women who walk the halls of our St. Bernard Parish Public Schools. And these we have recognized are just 10 of those who make our daily efforts worthwhile. For their parents who are here with us this evening, thank you for entrusting your children to us, and so that we may recognize your guidance, unconditional love, and support, which have made these young men and women the outstanding students that they are, please stand. Would our parents of the year, of our students of the year, please stand. Everyone here this evening has put aside personal lives over the past 9.5 years and dedicated their efforts toward the rebuilding of our schools. This is especially true of our volunteers. So at this time, I would like to introduce our Volunteer of the Year awards. And please come up as I call your names, and you can follow the lead of our students. And please receive your awards from Dr. Lewis and Ms. Lemoyne. These awards go to the people who do all that they can to help our students and staff throughout the year. This year's Volunteers of the Year awards go to, from Araby Elementary, Sarah Durst. From Chalmette Elementary, Lee St. Philip. From Davies Elementary, Emily Diaz. From Goche Elementary, Vivian Acevedo. From Lacoste Elementary, Megan Caruso. From Smith Elementary, Joshika Robertson. From Andrew Jackson Middle, Danielle Thompson. From St. Bernard Middle, Christine Schultz. From Trist Middle, Alice Gennart. From Raleigh Alternative School, Martin Parker. From Chalmette High School, Larry Kalikas. And from our central office, bringing back our retiree, Denise Cooper. received much publicity about the forward movement of our school district, and much of that rests in the fact that we have joined as one unit working together to accomplish a service to this community. Much of what we have done could not have been accomplished without the efforts and hard work of this next group. It is my honor to call Mr. Egan and Mr. Warner to present the awards to true team players whose efforts all year long deserve celebration. Our 2015 Outstanding School Support Employees of the Year. From Araby Elementary, and we're happy to announce this evening, also our parish-wide Outstanding Elementary School Support Employee of the Year, Donna Baker. From Chalmette Elementary, Karen Lewis. Davies Elementary, Christina Hebert. From Goche Elementary, Tanya Villanueva. From Lacoste Elementary, Cheryl Carlisle. From Smith Elementary, Martha Kennedy. From Andrew Jackson Middle, and I'm proud to announce our parish-wide Middle School Support Employee of the Year, Tina Chason. From St. Bernard Middle, Robbie Maynard. From Trist Middle, Eva Jaber. From Raleigh Alternative, Maureen Sino. Ms. Sino cannot be with us tonight. Her child is ill, so she called us and sent her regrets. So we'll have her award for her. From Chalmette High School, Sharon Cooper, who is also our parish-wide high school support employee of the year. From our central office, Mandy Alfonso. And from our Maintenance and Transportation Department, Jimmy Glorioso. It is never easy to say goodbye to those with whom you have forged professional and personal relationships. We begin work at a new place, thinking if it works out, maybe we'll stay around for a while. And then here we are, in some cases, maybe 30 years later or more. Each of our retirees has been here during the good times and returned to us to rebuild during our darkest hours, because of their allegiance to our children and our schools. Now it is best for them and their families that they move on. And to that we can only say we are most grateful for your having passed our way. At this time, I'd like to ask our retirees and attendants who were able to be with us tonight to come up to the stage as I call your names to receive a little token of our appreciation from Mrs. Dysart and Mr. England. From our preschool center, our social worker, Eileen Dano. From Chalmette High School, who also taught for many, many years at Andrew Jackson prior to the storm, Miss Lynn Deere. From our transportation department, Ms. Lorraine Hernandez. From Chalmette Elementary, Lee St. Philip. If you notice, we honored Lee earlier tonight as a Volunteer of the Year. So as soon as you retire, we scoop you right back up to work. I know Miss Cooper, who came up a little while ago as our Volunteer of the Year, spent the whole day with Miss Lametta and such down at what we call the cave, getting all of our LEAP and iLEAP science and social studies materials and tests packed up. So once you're here, we never let you go. And then one of special retirees, very special to me anyway, who came to Shellman High School as a very young teacher, fresh out of college, and I was the math department chairman, and she came in as a math teacher. We made sure she got certified very, very quickly in math, because science, I think, was her first love, and we got her through the rigor of UNO with all of the changes in their programs. And she was an excellent, excellent teacher. Then she went away for a while to have her kids and raise her children. Then came back to us as a teacher, a central office curriculum coordinator, an assistant principal at St. Bernard High School, and then here as assistant principal at Chalmette High School. And now she's retiring to take care and be more active in the lives of her grandchildren. So you can see how long she's been here and how long we've known each other. Ms. Charlotte Main. Also, we'd like to remember retiree Jean Gersha with great fondness and respect for her service in the classroom of both Andrew Jackson High School and Chalmette High School, and her many years of service to our district. Her upbeat personality and willingness to help out in any way will be missed. So our hearts continue to be with her family. Ms. Gersh.
Wishing you were somehow here again. Wishing you were somehow near. Sometimes it seemed if I just reached, somehow you would be here. Wishing I could hear your voice again, knowing that I never would. Dreaming of you and help me to do all that you dreamed I could. Sing bells and spotted angels, old and monumental, sing for you the wrong companions. You were warm and gentle.
hello. Glad you come, and hope you enjoying show, etc., etc., etc. Hop, hop. You shall soon see scenes from very important musical, The King and I. Not The King and I, but me, the King, and I, Mrs. Leah Owens, governess to all royal children. That is 106, but 5 more due to arrive next month. And on subject of Mrs. Leah Owens, allow me to introduce this very important woman, Mrs. Anna.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Now, tell me more about this dancing.
We've just been introduced. I do not know you well, but when the music started, something drew me to your side. So many men and girls are in each other's arms. It made me think we might be similarly occupied. Shall we dance on a bright cloud of music? Shall we fly? Shall we dance? Shall we then say goodnight and mean goodbye? Or perchance, when the last little star has left the sky, shall we still be together with our arms around each other? And shall you be my new romance? On the clear understanding that this kind of thing can happen, shall we dance? Shall we dance? Shall we dance?
Why do you stop? You dance pretty. Go on, go on, go on.
Oh, Your Majesty, I didn't realize. After all, I'm not a dancing girl. In England, a woman would never dance while a man was looking at her.
But you dance with a strange man, holding hands, etc.
Yes, but not always a strange man. Usually a very good friend.
Good, we shall dance together. You show me. Teach, teach.
Well, it's quite simple, the polka. Shall we dance?
2, 3, on.
On a bright cloud of music, shall we fly?
1, 2, 3, on.
Shall we dance?
1, 2, 3, on.
Shall we then say goodnight and mean goodbye?
1, 2, 3, and or perchance. When the last little star has left the sky,
Shall we still be together with our arms around each other? And shall you be my new
romance. On the clear understanding that this kind of thing can happen. Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Shall we dance? 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Something not right. I know, I forgot that. Next time I remember. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3.
Splendid, Your Majesty.
Splendid, splendid. Throw me up, count.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, what? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Something not right.
Yes, it is. You're doing beautifully, Your Majesty.
Not the way I see Europeans dancing tonight.
Yes, it was. It was just like that.
They are not holding 2 hands like this.
As a matter of fact,
Was like this. Oh,
yes.
come.
Thank you to our Chalmette High School Voices under the direction of Miss Annalise Kassar for those wonderful selections from their annual performance of Glitter and Gloves. A special admiration for Caroline Woodrow, Brittany Kalikas, and Ryan Morrison, who were their soloists. Our school district would not be enjoying the academic success of our students if it were not for the dedication, overwhelming efforts, and the love of their students exhibited by the teachers of the St. Bernard Parish Public Schools. Tonight, we present 11 teachers who are celebrated as representatives of a teaching corps that continues to drive our school district toward excellence. Our first presentations are to our elementary teachers of the year who have excelled in the classroom as child-centered educators. They will receive their awards from Mr. Egan, Dr. Lewis, and Mrs. Lemoyne. They are respected by their peers as role models, and they enjoy the respect of our district's administrators as those who truly exemplify the ideal teacher. Our first elementary teacher of the year to be recognized is from Araby Elementary.
Well, I think good teachers are hard workers. They put in the time and the effort, just reading through the curriculum, reading through the lesson of the day, preparing, making sure you have all your materials set up and ready to roll, because you got to be able to, deal with the kids and their problems. So you need to have a strong concept of the content and the lesson to be able to roll with them.
Ladies and gentlemen, Araby Elementary's Teacher of the Year, Mary Cochran. Our next celebration centers around the representative of the outstanding teachers at Chalmette Elementary School.
We had an in-service where the lady talked about how we knew we weren't going to make a lot of money, we knew we had a ton of paperwork, and that's with every job. You have certain responsibilities whether you like them or not, but it really can be rewarding if you do that part of your job and then really take time to enjoy the students, make them a part of your life, talk to them, tell them about yourself, listen to them, because then they're going to want to work for you. They're going to want to do well. They're going to want to impress you, and that's really, I think, what teaching's about.
Ladies and gentlemen, join me in congratulating Alexis Harold from Chalmette Elementary. Our next honoree represents the outstanding teachers at Davies Elementary School.
It has been very fulfilling and rewarding to come back home to teach, and because I was born and raised in St. Bernard, and I'm very proud to teach here and to give back to the community by helping students grow and learn.
Davies Elementary Teacher of the Year, our parish-wide Teacher of the Year, and a finalist for State Elementary Teacher of the Year, Michelle Abity from Davies. Tonight we highlight another outstanding teacher, Amy White Stein of Goche Elementary.
And I feel that it's my responsibility as a fifth grade teacher to prepare them for the responsibility that they're going to need when they get to middle school. So along with learning the curriculum, a big part of fifth grade is teaching them independence and responsibility that they need to be successful in middle school as well as the rest of their life.
Ladies and gentlemen, Goche's Teacher of the Year, Amy White Stein. And representing the outstanding teaching corps at Lacoste Elementary School, David Kimberly.
Parents need to provide their kids with structure and support and have expectations for their children. I mean, I would really like to see kids come home at night and not turn any electronics on, sit down, do their homework, and then sit down at a table for dinner and have a family dinner talking to their parents and their siblings about how their day has gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lacoste Teacher of the Year, David Kimberly. Our final Elementary Teacher of the Year represents the outstanding teachers from Smith Elementary.
My favorite thing about teaching at Smith is when my students understand something, it's like the light bulb goes off and the whole room lights up and they get so excited. I love seeing that.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Smith Elementary School, Erica Jones. And as we move on to our middle schools, those we honor have responded to a special call to work with children, helping them each day to grow socially, emotionally, and academically. Our first Middle School Teacher of the Year represents the teachers at Andrew Jackson.
My hope for most of my students is that they can become productive citizens, not only in my classroom and here at Andrew Jackson Middle School, but also in the world. They are only sixth graders, but there's a lot a sixth grader can do. So I hope to motivate them to want to change the world as they grow.
Andrew Jackson's Teacher of the Year, Gabrielle Kennel. Our outstanding teacher from St. Bernard Middle represents the entire outstanding staff at his school.
I also collaborated with a few teachers to create a mentorship program where we keep in contact with the students as they go into high school so they can email us problems and concerns and anything they have issues with, and we can reach out to them to check how things are going and how well they're enjoying their high school experience, and just making sure they stay on the right track and try to be a part of anything they can when they get to high school. So to, help them see that we're not just here temporarily, we're here in the long haul.
Ladies and gentlemen, St. Bernard Middle's Teacher of the Year and our parish-wide Middle School Teacher of the Year, Chris Deere. Our final middle school honoree represents the outstanding teachers at Trust.
I think some of the qualities that are important in becoming a good teacher and a good coach is learning the students, learning their ability as well as their life, what their interests are, what gets them thinking, and having the students in math class solve problems together and explain to each other. If they can explain the problem and the situation that's going on, they're going to learn, they're going to remember the information.
Ladies and gentlemen, Trist Middle School's Teacher of the Year, Stephanie Sago. And moving on, our Teacher of the Year from Raleigh Alternative School meets the challenges of every day with enthusiasm and dedication.
It's not, oh, this person increased 6.2% on their English vocabulary quiz. Doesn't really matter as much to me. It's trying to help kids make sure that they know that they have someone that cares about them and, serve as a good role model for them to grow up to be, an independent, a compassionate, and an empathetic human being who cares about other people.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Raleigh Alternative School, their Teacher of the Year, Joseph Cipollone. Our final honoree of the evening represents not only the outstanding teachers at Chalmette High School, but all of our high school teachers as the parish-wide winner.
I like to build the trust with my students, let them know that they're going to get the best of me all the time, so I expect the best of them all the time. We work really hard at developing classroom routines and procedures, and they are invested in that. And I feel that if I give them that chance to be invested in the class, that they're going to invest in their future.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of our high-flying owls, Jessica Janik. Congratulations to all of our Teachers of the Year who represent their faculties from each of our school sites. Proverbs chapter 22 tells us that if we train up a child in the way that he should go, that when he is old, he will not depart from that way. The efforts of our next honorees reflect that proverb. Each year, we ask our 5th, 8th, and 12th graders to write in-school essays indicating why they would nominate their parents and/or guardians to receive an award for those adults' hard work in raising them. And we ask a committee at each school to select one essay to be honored. Tonight, then, we have the distinct privilege of calling upon 10 outstanding students who were caring enough and articulate enough to put into words exactly what the painstaking guidance, nurturing discipline, and unconditional love from these adults have meant to them over their past years. As we will see and hear tonight from these essayists, parents have had a tremendous impact on the lives of their young charges. While we, in effect, celebrate the abilities of our young authors at this point in our program, we also celebrate parenthood and all of our parents' efforts. Let's listen to the words of those who have been most influenced by the loving and giving adults, their children. As I introduce each student essayist and his or her most admired adult, please watch the video at your seat and then come to the stage together to receive an award from Mr. England and Dr. Kraft for those best essays and best subjects. From Araby Elementary School, we honor 5th grader Jordan Hill and his mother, Sylvia Menya.
My mom is Parent of the Year for many reasons. She is a hard-working mom who has many different jobs, but the most important job she has is taking care of me and my brothers. My brothers and I think she is amazing. My mom loves us and helps us with homework. My mom also disciplines us if we get bad grades or for messing with each other. I think it is a good thing for her to do because it teaches us respect. My mom also teaches us to be grateful and to have good manners. My mom is a wonderful mom who loves me if I am bad or good. My mom also teaches us to be really nice people. I am always nice and so are my brothers, usually. My mom is grateful when my brothers and I are really quiet. We like to talk a lot. My mom is trying to become a paralegal. She goes to school 4 days a week and needs us to be quiet so she can study. My mom going to school is awesome because she will make more money. My mom loves me and my brothers and we love her too. That is why I think she is the Parent of the Year. I love you, Mom.
We honor 5th grader Jordan Hill and his mother, Sylvia Menya. Our next essayist from Chalmette Elementary School is Paige Moore, writing about her father, Wesley Moore.
I would say my dad is 1 in a million. He's always honest with me and treats me like I'm an adult. I really like that my dad and I have a bond. That bond is built on one thing: trust. He always makes sure I know he loves me. He picks me up when I'm down. He keeps me happy when I'm sad. And I know that's hard for him. He can't spend every moment with me because I have a brother and a sister. But all the time he's with me, I feel good about myself. And when he's not with me, he manages to keep my siblings happy too. My dad always makes sure I'm 110% safe and sound. He's always there for me. My dad writes and reads me his poems. He throws me surprise birthday parties. He takes me swimming and I go to sleepovers. We even have our own little tea parties with sugar cubes, cookies, and herbal tea. But that's not the important stuff he does. The important thing is that I'm always feeling loved and wanted. I feel that I'm the most beautiful girl he's ever seen. He truly inspires me to be a great parent one day. He encourages me to follow my dreams, to follow my heart, my own path in life. He tells me every day that I'm amazing, that I can conquer the world if I want to, that I'm special. That's what's really important, is that to him, my father, I'm the most important. I love you, Dad.
From Chalmette Elementary, Paige and Wesley Moore. Our next honoree is from Davies Elementary School. We honor 5th grader Maisie Lemoyne and her mother, Michelle Trosclair.
My mom is by far the best mother a child could ask for. Not only does she encourage me in everything that I do, she inspires me to reach beyond my imaginable goals. Every woman can be a mother, but it takes an exceptional woman to be a mom. My mom is exceptional. Every mother should make a school a first priority in their child's life, and my mom makes sure I do just that. She is also a role model to my brother and me, but I know she touched a lot of second grade students' hearts as well. My mom was asked to take over a second grade class this year for a few weeks, and she did an amazing job. I know this because when I pass the students that she taught in the hallways, they run up to me and give me a huge hug, and they tell me how much they miss my mom. This makes my heart so full, knowing that my mom is a role model to me and an inspiration to others. I believe that it is important to spend quality time with my family, and my mom makes sure I do just that. As you can see, my mom deserves to be Parent of the Year. She's an exceptional, loving, inspiring mother. If I can be half the mother my mom is when I become my mom, I know my children will be the luckiest kids in the world. Because that's what I consider myself to be, lucky. I love you, Mom, with all my heart.
Ladies and gentlemen, Maisie Lemoyne and Michelle Trosclair. Continuing with our elementary honorees from Goche Elementary, 5th grader Sabria Abair and her mother, Carol Abair.
My mom should be chosen Parent of the Year because she is very thoughtful, determined, and kind. Since my dad is not around, she has to do everything by herself, but she never complains. She always helps me with my homework. She's hardworking and she's responsible. Since I struggle with my grades in school, whenever I make good grades on my report card, she takes me somewhere as a surprise. My mom always supports me whenever I'm upset, scared, frustrated, and worried. She always makes me happy every day, and she often makes me breakfast in the mornings. My mom used to be in the army where she served our country. Now she goes to school so she can get a good job. When my mom is done at school and comes back at the house, I tell her hi and talk about the things I did at school and what a good day I had. She is always respectful to me and she loves me a lot, as much as I love her. One last thing, the best thing is I love my mom and my mom loves me. I love you, Mom.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sabria and Carol Abear. From Lacoste, our celebrated fifth grader is Rosebud Knight, who has written about her uncle, Joshua Knight.
I think my Uncle Josh should be Parent of the Year because he has gone above and beyond the normal duties of a parent and adopted my two sisters and me. Although there are 5 kids in the house, Uncle Josh still has time for all of us. He also helps the people in our community because he is a firefighter. My uncle works a lot to get the money that he needs to feed and buy nice clothes for 5 girls. On his days off, he really isn't off because Uncle Josh takes us to the park, to the racetrack, or plays football with us. Taking care of us isn't Uncle Josh's responsibility, but he does it because he loves us. He wants to make sure that we get a good education and have good jobs so that we can be successful in life. I appreciate everything that he had done for us, especially for adopting us. Being Parent of the Year would be a huge thank you to Uncle Josh because he has done so many good deeds for my family and others. Love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rosebud and her uncle, Joshua Knight. And from our final elementary school, Smith, we celebrate with our winning 5th grader, Tajan Blaze, writing about her grandmother, Anita Bryant.
My grandma, Miss Anita Bryant, is Parent of the Year because she is so dedicated to making sure I get my education. Every time I come from school, she tells me to do my homework. When I need to study to pass my test, she always asks me if I need help. She stops me from going inside until my homework is done and I'm finished studying. When there's a school night, I have a set schedule. I have to go inside for 7 o'clock to take my bath, eat, and go to sleep. My grandma also protects me and takes care of me in a special way. I am not allowed to go down the street on a school night by myself because she doesn't want anything to happen to me. My grandma makes sure we get home from school. She takes me to a doctor when I need to go, and she makes sure I get my medicine. I always have food to eat and everything I need. She makes sure my clothes are ready in the morning. My grandmother also does additional things for me that she doesn't have to do. When we have field trips, she offers to chaperone. Whenever I need support, she is right there. For all these reasons, my grandmother, Miss Anita Bryant, is Parent of the Year. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage Tajan Blaze along with her grandmother, Anita Bryant. Our next three essayists represent our students and parents from middle school. First, we present 8th grader Destiny Billiot from Andrew Jackson Middle School, speaking about her mother, Anjali Khan.
When I see kids who live with both of their parents, I can't help but wonder what it would be like. Even though that could be great, my mom is really all that I need. Anjali Khan is not just my mother, she's my friend, my shoulder to cry on, my biggest fan, and most importantly, my hero. She had a horribly dark background, but since then, everything has gotten better because of her positive attitude toward things. My parents got divorced when I was 4 years old, therefore my dad hasn't really been in my life, and it has been all up to my mother to raise me and provide for me. My mother plays the important role of both parents. My mom attends all of my various activities such as practices, performances, games, pep rallies, bake sale, presentations, etc. I never thought I could have such an amazing mother who gives up so much to take care of me and supply me with my needs and my wants. She wants me to have better than she ever had, and she wants me to go as far in life as I possibly can. She doesn't like anything that could be a negative influence on me. She knows when I'm starting to head down the wrong path, and as my mother, she does everything in her power to get me where I need to be to become successful. She encourages me to follow my dreams by pushing me when she knows I can do better, not allowing me to give up and telling me what I can do to push myself. No matter where we go or what we do, I know I will always have a mom whom I love and who will love me. Although I don't always show how appreciative I am, I praise my mother for being who she is to me. God made her a truly special and talented woman, and I'm so glad to be able to call her my mom.
Ladies and gentlemen, Destiny Billiot and her mother, Anjali Khan. Next is our 8th grader from St. Bernard Middle, Karen Campo, who wrote about her grandparents, Travis and Charlotte Latapy.
Most people think of a parent as a mom or dad, but my parents are my grandparents. My mama and papa should be parents of the year because they're the people who influenced me to make good choices and be the person that I am today. They took me and my sister when my mom and dad weren't capable of being parents. They gave up all of their free time just to raise 2 more kids. If it wasn't for my mama and papa, I honestly wouldn't know where I'd be right now. My mama is a hard-working, strong woman and is always there for me. I appreciate every little thing that she does for me because she makes me so happy. She also tries her best not only to make me happy, but also her 3 children, her other 9 grandchildren, her husband, and her mother and father-in-law. My papa is my favorite person in the world, of course, because I'm his favorite person, and because he gives me whatever I want. He goes crabbing and trawling to support his family. It doesn't matter how much attitude I give him, he loves me the most. My papa has the biggest heart. He coaches a baseball team and he doesn't even have a kid or a grandkid on the team. He just coaches it so the kids can have fun. My papa and I play baseball together on our free time, and it gives me the best feeling that I have someone to do that with. My mama and papa would do anything for anyone. They would go above and beyond to make someone happy. I appreciate them, and so should everyone else. I don't think anyone can go through as much as they do and still be the people that they are. My mama and papa are the best parents in the world, and they'll always be parents of the year in my heart. Love you.
Ladies and gentlemen from St. Bernard Middle School, Karen Campo and Charlotte and Travis Latapy. Our winning writer from Trist Middle School is 8th grader Jakeem Isidore. Jakeem wrote the following words about his aunt, Shay Abram.
First off, I never knew my father. My mother passed away when I was only 10 years old. So allow me to honor my guardian, my aunt Shay Abraham. Shay Abraham is a very special individual who has an outgoing personality, who has been caring for me, raising me, and helping me throughout my 4 years living in St. Bernard Parish. During the beginning years of me living with my aunt Shay, she knew absolutely nothing about raising kids. To be honest, in my younger days, I wasn't exactly an honest student, so I didn't make her job any easier. I truly believed that at the time, I was on a course of heading towards failure. But after living with my aunt for a while, my life began to make a huge flip. When my mother died, my life was turned upside down. I was sad beyond words and filled with grief. My aunt stepped in and took the responsibility, and not just raised me, she took all 4 of my mother's children, my 2 sisters, my brother, and me. Imagine that, suddenly having 4 kids to make a home for. She did it with the help of a husband. At the darkest moment of my life, my aunt was the light that gave me hope. My aunt made me feel whole. Because of her, my life could go on with my siblings by my side. It has not all been perfect, and my aunt and I will have some disagreements, and will continue to have those, I suppose. But at the end of the day, I am blessed to be able to fall asleep knowing that I have a mom who still loves me no matter what. For that, I want to honor her as Parent of the Year. I want her to know I understand what she has sacrificed for me, and I won't let her down. I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jakeem Isidore and his aunt, Shay Abraham. And last but certainly not least, we have the opportunity to salute our winning essayist from Chalmette High School, senior Emily Jones.
If women were to make a poster to show determination, my mom would be the perfect cover girl. Not only does she manage to raise 3 children, yes, my dad is one of them, and keep up with a steady, successful career, she also works with many charities and clubs to do community service. To me, nothing in this world can compare to my mother's love for family, dedication to work, and the genuine compassion she shows towards others. My mom has instilled in me that there is no one on this earth she loves more than my family. To this day, she has not missed a single Chalmer, school, or sporting event involving my brother and me. I can remember days when she had a soccer game for Adam in the morning, basketball at noon, a Chalmer performance in the evening, and a work meeting that night. However, whenever my brother Adam or I glanced into the crowd, she was always cheering us on, louder than any other parents, I might add. My mother is dedicated to not just her family, but to her work as well. Though stressed, she manages well, helping many families through civil law and criminal cases for over 20 years. Walking through the halls of Chalmette High School, fellow classmates talk of how helpful my mom was to their parents. Hearing this praise really makes it special, knowing they think so highly of my mom. No woman could make me prouder. The compassion shown towards family and work is also extended to others in the community. She is a member of the Kiwanis, the American with Disabilities Board, a Special Olympics volunteer, and a member of many more service organizations. Free time, words foreign to my mom's vocabulary, is spent helping needy people instead of helping herself to a nap on her living room couch. My mom has taught me over the years that nothing satisfies you more than knowing you helped someone who needed it. Not everyone knows Kim Jones, but the people that do, I believe, are privileged to know an amazing woman. Without her guidance and wisdom, I don't know which direction my life would have taken. I'm so grateful to have a caring, generous, and graciously optimistic mother in my life. I can only hope that I will grow up and follow in her footsteps because, believe me, she has some big shoes to fill. I hope you can consider her a Parent of the Year because in my eyes, she's already a winner. Love you, Mom.
Ladies and gentlemen, Emily and her mother, Kim Jones. What touching and memorable moments for us all. Thank you, students, for your essays, and thank you, parents, for a job well done. As we prepare to close our program this evening, we want to take a short opportunity to thank those who have had a hand in making this evening possible. On behalf of our hosts, the members of the St. Bernard Parish School Board, and our principals, we offer sincere appreciation to Joni Bloom, our food services coordinator, and her cafeteria managers and technicians for an absolutely wonderful meal. Also, thank you to Charles Kassar, who always seems to be able to create magical venues for us, not on just this evening, but on multiple occasions during the school year. We thank him for the decorations, along with the efforts of many of our ladies from Central Office for tonight's celebration. And a thank you to our maintenance crew, who does a great job of work to bring all of this together. And of course, we could not be seen or heard without the assistance of our tech crew. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. A huge debt of gratitude goes to Mrs. Phyllis Dysadu, who marshals the young people from Chalmette High who served as our waiters and waitresses this evening. And we also appreciate the talents of the men from Penn who have provided videography for the evening. Finally, thank you to Ms. Annalise Kassar and Mr. Jason Rusk and the incredibly talented young men and women of Chalmette High School's music program for providing the entertainment. Be sure to mark your calendars for the jazz band concert on April 24th, a night of music that I'm sure you will not want to miss. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to turn the program over once again to our superintendent, who will be leaving here this evening via police escort so that she can get her taxes mailed by midnight. Not really. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Doris Beauchamp.
I know she's right about mailing taxes, but I don't rate a police escort. But you know, that might not be a bad idea. I wonder if they'd be willing to help me out tonight, huh? We began our work together this year by asking everyone to focus on the importance of our work together and how ordinary efforts just were not strong enough to accomplish our goals. Over the course of the past few years, we find ourselves continually in the position of having to defend our work as a public school family, despite sometimes seemingly insurmountable odds. We've kept our expectations for academic achievement high, and our students' performances in the classrooms continue to improve. Our seniors last year captured over $5 million in academic scholarships. We are a top school district in this state, and we continue to set our sights on even greater accomplishments. There are those at the state level who direct us to the constant of change. New curricula, new tests, new accountability models, new agendas, and new materials, only to redirect our efforts over and over again. We are called upon to work harder and smarter to be highly effective at what we do. And we must continue to raise the bar in our classrooms so that our children are learning deeper and achieving at much higher levels. But I am confident that we can meet any challenge put before us because of our people and the pride they take in doing their jobs to the best of their abilities each and every day. John F. Kennedy once said, "Let us think of education as the work of developing our greatest abilities, because in each of us there is a private hope and dream which, fulfilled, can be translated into benefit for everyone and greater strength for our nation." Principals, as you provide the best possible learning environment for our students and the best possible teaching environment for our teachers, remember that your primary purpose is to stand up for what is right, good, and responsible in our schools. And teachers, as you strive to be highly effective in your classrooms, please know that your work also is vitally important for you to touch the lives of the children each and every day. And all too often, it is up to you to stand up and be counted as their advocates. Students, as you try your hardest to excel in each and every class, know that your teachers, your principals, your parents, and all of us are saluting your very important work. For it is by your labors that your dreams unfold. And as our remaining employees, our board members, and all of us at Central Office pray each day for guidance to be the best that we can be in standing up for this community's values and for our children, I want to continue to encourage the belief that what we do counts. All of our collective work is important. Public education counts to the people sitting here tonight, to the children of St. Bernard, and to the overall welfare of this community. Our work takes every single person's, every single effort, every single day, so that we are known first and foremost as a parish with a quality of life that is second to none. And it is with these thoughts in mind that we introduce our theme for next year. St. Bernard Parish Public Schools, standing up and standing out. So we ask each and every one of you here to stand up for public education, because the quality of life in every community is dependent upon a strong public school system for the welfare of the people within the community. Our school board vice president, Mrs. Diana Dysart, will now offer our benediction. And as she moves to the stage, let me thank each of you for your attendance here this evening and for everything that you do each day to secure our vision and for your efforts that make us successful. As we gather together as one determined unit to focus on our work, let us each too continue to dedicate ourselves to being the one person who is the difference for each of our children, for our school district, and for St. Bernard Parish. Let each one of us vow to stand up for our schools and do our best to make them outstanding places for learning. So please stand as Mrs. Dysart offers our benediction as the conclusion to our evening.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for allowing us the fellowship of this evening. We are joyous in the celebration of our year-long efforts to positively impact the lives of the children we serve, and we are grateful for each student, parent, employee, volunteer, and retiree who is with us this evening. Dear Lord, touch our hearts this evening and create within us the resolve to be about our work with a sense of importance and urgency. We hold the future in our hands, and we pray for guidance and wisdom in preparing a way for our young people. It is in your name we ask these things. Amen. Have a good evening. Thank you.